Sports fans, once again, it's KennardStewart the GOAT talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Just a few minutes ago, I did a video on teams that were featured in the the initial power rankings, which was the catalyst of making that particular video. Then you hear all the crying, and I could literally hear the organs playing in the background by some other SEC teams, and fans were like, why didn't you do a video on Texas A&M and Clemson? Texas A&M is a top school. We had some good recruits. We got Jimbo Fisher. Okay, so after all the crying and after all the organ playing and violin playing, I was like, all right, so let me go ahead and drop a video featuring Texas A&M and Clemson, which rightfully so. I understand where they're coming from. This is a very good, an excellent non-conference matchup for both teams. Texas A&M is going to be going over to Death Valley and Clemson, and this is going to be a very difficult football game for Texas A&M, who finished 9-4, tied with LSU at 5-3 for the second place in the SEC West. You know, they have a wealth of talent coming back at the skill position, but I really think they're going to hurt because of the loss of Travion Williams, who was a very good running back, and he kind of like Joshua Renfro, seemed like they've been playing forever. Finally graduated, but they returned a legit dual-threat quarterback in Kellen Mond, who is very ingenuitive. He does an excellent job of making plays happen downfield, and I really think that he gives Texas A&M a very good chance in this particular football game. Now, one thing that's going to be a huge challenge is going on the road this early against a very, very talented, a very, very deep Clemson team who is coming off a national championship win and a very huge confidence building win, not only to win the national championship, but to actually dominate the dynasty over at Alabama. One player I do really like who made a lot of big plays in this game last year for Texas A&M is Kendrick Rogers, number 13, the tall guy with all the yellow stuff in his hair. He made some crucial plays to keep Texas A&M in this game last year, to really give Texas A&M a viable chance to win that football game down in College Station last year, which I think was a very good game perception-wise for Texas A&M. It would have been excellent for them to have gotten the win, but came up just short in a 28-26 game, and this year is a repeat of a very thrilling game that took place down in College Station. But this year, this game is going to be taking place in Clemson, South Carolina, home of the 2018 National Championships, who have a wealth of talent returning and will be in great position, obviously, to get back into the college football playoff. Finally, Joshua Renfro, number 13 for y'all who don't know, for Clemson, has graduated, but have Trevor Lawrence, a quarterback. I believe he's going to be on the list of Heisman candidates to begin the season. And they also returned key receivers from the state of Alabama, Justin Ross, who played football at down in Phoenix City, and while he was in high school, made some very big plays in the national championship. T. Higgins is also returning, and Amari Rogers is going to give Clemson a lot of leverage and a lot of great targets at receiver. Surprisingly, Clemson didn't have a very stout recruiting class this year. They weren't bad. Now, I'm not going to say that they weren't bad, but I expected Clemson to be, much more in that top 2, top 3 recruiting class, but nonetheless, a lot of talent returning on both sides of the football for the Clemson Tigers. And they also have returning running back Travis Etienne returning as well. And I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup, but I don't think Texas A&M with the youth, they're up and coming, don't get me wrong, but I don't think Texas A&M with their youth is going to be able to keep up with these Clemson Tigers, who I think are on an absolute roll. So this probably will be an early season loss for the Texas A&M Aggies, but stranger things happen. No one expected Texas A&M to play Clemson that close down in College Station. This is a very prideful team. I think Jimbo Fisher has changed the perception of Texas A&M football. He's added that national championship element to this program, And, this game is going to be featuring two national championship winners in Jimbo Fisher and Dabo Sweeney. So it should be a very interesting matchup. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart for Vernon Speak Sports TV. You all have a good day, and we look forward to this Clemson and Texas A&M matchup in Death Valley early in the 2019 season.